Houston, our instruments are showing that we have a incoming message from deep space. Repeat, Houston, we have an incoming message from deep space. Houston, we will begin playing message now. Houston, we're going to try and translate that up here. Hold for translation. Translation complete. We'll begin playing message now.
Hey, it's me, Melissa.
What do you do when the aliens invade? Take a shot of MK Ultra and watch Melissa Jade. Put on your tinfoil hat and tune right in. We got that crime spree, flat earth theories, government conspiracies, a complex Mandela effects, unidentified objects, a mind expanding, fake moon landing, what it all been understanding. It's me, Melissa. It's me, Melissa. Aliens on the sun or in Area 51. Time travels, unravels, haunted castles, cops are baffled, potential experimental plots that make you transcendental. It's me, Melissa. It's me, Melissa. Crime sprees, flat earth theories, government conspiracies, complex Mandela effects, unidentified objects, a mind expanding, fake moon landing, what it all been understanding. It's me, Melissa. It's me, Melissa.
Hello, everybody. How are you guys? Hello, hello. Are you guys all ready for Christmas? Hi. We're a couple of days away. I hope you guys are all doing amazing. Thank you, everybody who attended the birthday bash last night. I had so much fun. We had a lot of laughs, and that was very much needed. It's been a very chaotic last couple of weeks, but I had such a great time with all of you. And so thank you so much for that. You guys are so amazing, and I very much appreciate it. So, today, we have episode 20 of the jail files of Letecia Stauch. And Tisha just keeps on. She just keeps on. And where we had last left off, going to pull up the last incident report we had left off on, I believe, was the contraband report with the shakedown in her cell. And she had the chapstick tubes and she had the tooth of the paste. Thank you, Maria. And she had the tooth of the paste and she had like dual substance colors in the toothpaste. Do you guys remember that? So that's where we had left. Thank you, Amelia. Yeah, if you guys could all take a second and hit that thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much, Amelia. And hello, MK. Hello to everybody in the chat. Thank you all so much for being here. So that is where we last left off. And so we're just going to keep on Tisha's style. We're going to keep it on. So I'm excited to see. I don't think we did this one. I was like looking at this right before I went live in front of. No. Okay. So it seems like this might be. I don't know if this is inmate Jones. It doesn't say. So we have an inmate redacted who is upset after finding out that Leticia is in their cell. So back when Leticia is in jail, Amelia, back when Leticia is in jail, you gotta not take credit, Shacto, if we don't know that credit is deserved. You and Meatfoot hit a really high score, granted, but I am not sure. I am not 100% sure if it is the all-time high score. So you got to be careful around Cece and stuff by saying that. So with that being said, hold on one second. It is, hold on, I know what her email is. Hold on. It's rip your heart out and die at gmail.com. Here you go. Thanks, Meatfoot. It was a very fun chat. And then at the end of the chat, we had looked up old Easter Bunny photos and Santa Claus photos from like the younger, the older generations. And it was terrifying in all of the best ways. So it was great. It was great. Thank you though. Hi, oh shit, Cherry. And sorry, I didn't individually say hello to everybody. I kind of just ran right into it, but hello to everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. So we're gonna name this redacted inmate Bloom. So inmate Bloom is upset after finding out that Leticia is housed with them. Okay. So it says on Friday, March 19th, at approximately 11:45 hours, 2021, I unlocked Redacted and Redacted, and inmate Bloom approached the deputy workstation and asked for hygiene products as well as cleaning supplies. Inmate Bloom also asked if she and inmate Redacted could help pass out lunch. Wait. Oh no, I'm sorry. We did read this because yes. Remember, I'm so sorry, guys. This is they'll listen to me because they respect me. I'm sorry. We did read this. Remember, this is that officer who kept going. Oh, thank you, KD. This officer is like, oh no, they won't do anything because they respect me. They respect me. They respect me. And it almost implies as if this deputy, listen, we hear about these inmates who are aggressively touching themselves uncontrollably. They are spitting in deputies' mouths. They are making verbal threats. They are looking up deputies' Facebooks with their children and whatnot. Yet this one deputy says that in multiple times in this report that they respect me. They'll listen to anything. So it's like, I don't know what type of relationship this deputy has with these inmates. Maybe there's a little something going on. I don't know. That's pure speculation. Or maybe she just runs a really tight ship and she's respected among the inmates. I don't know. But we did read that one, so I do apologize. So then this is where we left off. So it was damage to Leticia's cell in 1A3. So it says, I entered Redacted to give Leticia her lockdown property. When I went to exit the cell, I saw a large dark hole on the top side of the toilet. Oh no, not damage to the toilet. Thank you, Michelle, for gifting memberships. Congratulations to our 5 members who are making their way through our drain pipes right now. You are so sweet. Thank you. Thank you so much, Michelle. So Leticia has a large dark hole on the top side of her toilet, which I am interested in. No, I don't, but I'm on my phone, Meatfoot, so I won't be able to go out and look. It's not letting me go in on my laptop again. So if she's on the steel toilet, I don't understand. You too, Susan. I don't understand how there could be a hole in the steel, but okay. I saw that there was no loose metal and that a person could only put a few fingers into the toilet. Why, Tisha? Why would you want to? Hey, Real John Doe. also saw that a significant portion of concrete had been removed from the wall along the door jamb. No, Tisha, don't stick your fingers in there. No, 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 no.
No.
Yes.
No, sir. I mean, John, no.
Please do not. You already stick your face in the toilet, Tisha. Please do not stick your fingers in the toilet. Okay? Closer inspection of the cell showed a missing screw from the toilet. I took pictures of the spots in question and I attached them. Leticia had a history of damaging cells to manipulate housing and attempt rescue. She broke her phone, guys. So let's take a look at these photos. Why do they always attach photos that have no correlation to the actual incident itself? This is not a toilet. Hi, Kelly B, place to be. Ugh, Katie. I need to see this finger hole. Wait a second. Is that the... No, that can't be the hole. That's sweet. Is that the hole? Yeah, that's the hole, and that's where the screw's missing. What is... Wait, so this isn't the steel toilet. This is porcelain. Hey, Shani. Hi, all. New to the channel, not to the case. So appreciate the hilarious commentary on such a horrendous case. Well, welcome, Seabreeze. Definitely, we do use sense of humor, never towards the victims, more towards Leticia's outrageous behavior and to help, relieve how heavy the topic is. But always respect towards Gannon and all victims in these cases. But we are so happy to have you here and welcome to the channel. Hi, Sugar Magnolia. Hi, Brandywine. This is Imagine MK. She tries to like pop her. This is not the steel we're used to. This is porcelain. This is new phone who dis. New phone who dis, okay? She has a better chance with the window. Hi, Shabane. New phone who dis. Okay. I want to know what she's doing with these screws, though. But why do they always include the random like wall and I don't know. I can imagine it's frustrating for her. Oh, okay. Sorry, that wasn't towards me. Oh, I'm sure Cabre is. All right. So our next incident is Leticia's law library. So I was verifying to see if inmates scheduled for programs, and Leticia was scheduled for the law library. I realized she never checked out for programs or marked refused. I asked Leticia if she attended, and she confirmed that she did. I spoke with the sergeant, and he told me that Leticia was in and out on programs, but the sergeant did verify that Leticia arrived. So she wasn't logged for the law library. No big deal. I love this. These are my favorite. Leticia's odd behavior after court. What? Odd behavior? Who, Tisha? Never. Not our Tisha. Let's get into it, shall we? At approximately 11:55 hours, inmate Stauch, Leticia, returned from court. Leticia's demeanor was, how do you say, different prior to going to court. It should be noted, Leticia was unlocked with the other inmates in her quad at 1100 hours. I asked Leticia if she could help another inmate set up an account on one of her visitation booths. Leticia did so without complaint and began conversing with other inmates in her unlocked quad. Upon returning from court, Leticia looked visibly sick and told me she needed to throw up. No, I object. I object. This is gross.
Any objection?
All objections.
Nobody want to see that. I motioned to a gray bin near the ward door because I did not know if she would make it upstairs. Leticia said, "No, I just need to go to my room." So I told Leticia to head upstairs. On my next welfare check of the ward, I observed Leticia sitting under her desk with her knees bent up and her arms wrapped around her knees. I asked Leticia if she was okay, and she replied by saying, "No." No, I'm kidding. She replied by saying, "No." I asked Leticia what was wrong. Leticia told me, "Every time I leave here, they follow me." Unsure of who they are, I asked Leticia who she was referring to. Leticia then said, "The Mexican Mafia." Dun dun dun. Oh, Tisha. Oh, Tisha. Oh, no. Jade, my fellow Jade. Hi. Oh, no. Tisha. The Mexican Mafia? Oh, hold on. Hold on. Oh, God. Oh, no. Is this dead? Oh, no. People may. That is. So, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. And she's sitting there and she's rocking back and forth with her knees to her chest. And they're like, "Yo, you okay, Tisha?" And she's like, "No, I'm not okay. Do I look okay to you?" And they're like, "What's wrong, Tisha?" And she's like, "Every time I leave here, they follow me." And they're like, "Who is they?" And Tisha's like, "The Mexican Mafia." Oh my God. Cheese and rice. Cheese and rice. She's so racist, man. The Mexican Mafia. It's gonna be okay, Tisha. It's gonna be okay. So Leticia told me whenever she leaves and wherever she is at, they follow her and attempt to get her to join their mafia. Join our mafia, Tisha. Come on, Tisha. Peer pressure. Join the mafia, Tisha. Come on, Tisha. It's the best mafia on these streets, Tisha. Come on, T. Come on, T. Do it. Peer pressure, T. Do it. Join the mafia, Tisha. God damn, she's original. Maintenance was in the ward, so everyone was on lockdown. When I unlocked Redacted and Redacted, Leticia and another inmate walked near the kiosk on the left side of the deputy workstation. Leticia was telling the inmate the same thing she told me. I looked over at the inmates and Leticia was looking directly at me. Leticia constantly approached the deputy workstation saying, I feel like I'm being institutionalized. Every time I leave here, I get anxiety. I did not respond, but I issued her a tablet since she asked for one. This is for informational purposes only, and I have nothing further. Oh, Tisha. I love the odd behavior reports. I love them. Jaded, it's endless. It's endless. And it's never gonna stop because I thought after her conviction, all right, she's gonna give up, right? She's gonna give up. No, she's not. She's gonna keep on. You're gonna make me want to do my Brady Bunch keep on, but every time I play that, I get automatically demonetized, but it's like so worth it at the same time. But she just keeps on. She keeps on, guys. So Tisha is trying to get recruited by the Mexican mafia. And not only that, every night she is visited by vampires who try to steal her liver and organs. And she is going to succumb to the vampires the night of tonight. And this is her last night of being human. And she barks like a dog. Are we all caught up? Good? Perfect. Let's carry on. So we have another refusal of the law library because it's the Brady, because like it's the song from the Brady Bunch, even though I altered it to have Leticia singing Keep On. It's still enough of the Brady Bunch song to where it's like, hey, that's our song. And they demonetize me for it. But it's worth it. It's worth it. So Leticia informed me that she would not attend the law library in the middle of the night anymore because it was unhealthy for her. No, not the vampires coming to her every night, trying to steal her liver and organs. That's healthy. But the law library can't handle it. It's just not good on my blood pressure. Leticia stated she had to stop taking her anxiety meds so she could stay up all night. Leticia said because she had to stop taking her medication, she did not have a clear head and could not function in court. Leticia stated she asked the programs manager for a different time and she was denied. Leticia said she would just have to ask her advisory council to come another day each week. I explained to Leticia that 2:30 hours is an ordinary time for an inmate to be scheduled because of all the activity that happens during the day. Wow, actually 2:30 in the morning is a normal time for the law library. That does seem weird to me. I didn't know that they do that. again with the refusal. At approximately 35, I was conducting my emergency alarm checks. I entered Redacted where Leticia is housed. Leticia woke up and looked at me and stated, I am just doing alarm checks. It's just a little after midnight right now. Just a reminder, you have law library at 2:30. Leticia stated, I don't go anymore. I told the commander that when he came in the other day. There are people that follow me in there and then try to get me to join the Mexican mafia. So they can take me off. I am not going to go anymore. I said, okay, and walked out of Leticia's cell. Who's following you to the law library at 2:30 in the morning in jail trying to recruit you on the Mexican mafia? Just curious. Thank you, Crime Watch Lover. Just curious. Who? Is there someone just constantly walking behind you? You're like, yo, Tisha, you know you want to. Just take a hit, man. Just join. You know you want to. All the cool kids are doing it, Tisha. All the cool kids are doing it, man. Yo, T. Come on. Join the cartel. Join the mafia. Do it, I say. Come on. Do it. You know that you're on a FRAD, right? You know that there are 2 people at all times escorting you to and from your cell. Do you not think that any of the deputies would notice if there's a whole crew of a Mexican mafia following you, trying to recruit you at all times? Do you not think that we wouldn't have seen incident reports within all of these that detail, by the way, every time we escort Leticia, there is a crew of 8 Mexican mafia members trying to recruit Leticia whenever we escort her to the law library. Do you not think that that would be included in these incident reports? You ain't cool unless you join the mafia. Come on, Tisha. We don't have a narrative? Oh, this is the law library again? Okay. Leticia leg brace. Why does Leticia have a leg brace? I need to know. So Deputy Charles Border and I were tasked with fitting a standard leg brace for Leticia. The leg brace is typically used in dress-out jury trials under civilian clothes, as to not disclose the person on trial is in custody. I'm not familiar with a leg brace. Is anybody in chat familiar actually with a leg brace? I knew that during trial, they don't want the defendant to be all chained up and stuff, but I'm not familiar with what a leg brace actually is. Hello, Faceted Dreamer. That's what Brian wore under his suit. Okay, I'm going to have to look it up. It's just on his leg? Okay, I'm going to look it up. Leticia is a smaller framed female. Excuse me. Let's hear a word from our sponsor.
You were big. I'm serious. You look big.
I only weighed 140 something.
Well, you look humongous. But anyway, darling, I know it's time for us to go. I'll holler at you later. I love you.
I call bull of the shit. But let's just continue. Leticia is a smaller framed female and has indicated she plans to represent herself in trial.
What?
No.
No. God, no, sir. I mean, John, no.
What I would have given to see Tisha Ted Bundy it at trial. Oh, what I would have sacrificed if I could have seen that. Oh, I object.
Any objection? All objections.
I wish we would have had that. Instead, we just had Samara. We just had Samara sitting in the corner over here. I don't always tell the truth, but when I do, I don't. Right, Tisha? Right. So, Leticia is a smaller framed female and has indicated she has plans to represent herself at trial. In order to accommodate this, it is important that the leg brace allows at least minimum movement for Leticia. We need to at least allow minimum movement. We prefer none, but we need to allow minimum, okay? Deputy Border and I escorted Leticia out of Redacted and around the adjacent brick corner to measure the leg brace to Leticia. I do have a Pee-wee laugh, Michelle. It's kind of true. While doing so, Leticia asked us why she would not have the leg tether she had prior in court. I don't know, perhaps because of how many times you've attempted to escape. I don't know, maybe that. Deputy Border explained a leg brace may or may not also be an option used. Leticia stated she would not be wearing the leg brace because she will be wearing clothing that will be too tight fitting for the leg brace to be applied under her clothing. I have nothing further at this time. You cut that out right now, Tisha. You knock that off. We saw what you wore. What are you talking about? Listen, you see this leg brace you're trying to put on me? Yeah, this isn't gonna work, okay? I am planning on wearing very tight clothing to trial. So tight. Are you familiar with Lululemons? So I won't be able to fit a leg brace. Haven't you heard? I'm fashion. I sew fashion. Exactly, JD Wells. It's so good to see you. Hi, Katrina. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. We need to look up what a leg brace looks like. Hold on. Leg brace defendant. Oh, it's a. Oh, wait. Wait. I don't think I Googled the right thing. Hold on. Can you tell I'm not a researcher? Hello, Joyce. Joyce? What? I don't think this is the right answer. Joyce, what are you doing there? Get out of my kitchen. How'd you get there, Joyce? Put the wine down. Oh my God. Damn it. Well, give me a second. I gotta Google this again. Leg brace that a defendant wears? Hold on. That a defendant wears during trial. Images. This doesn't help. I think this might be it. We're just gonna go with this because he's wearing scrubs, so we're going with it. He looks like an inmate, so we're going with this one. This looks about right. Right? The chair matches, like, you know, everything looks about accurate. But you ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Day. Oh my God, stop. Oh my God. Defendant in leg restraints. Oh, that would have been better. Because the shit I'm getting, you guys, hold on. This is what I'm getting. Look what I'm getting. Where's the leg? Where's the leg? I don't fucking know. Oh my goodness. The leg isn't even in the brace. I don't even know. What in the Timu hell? I'm so confused. Whoa. Okay, sorry. All right, what do I Google again? Hold on, let me scroll up. Defendant in leg restraints. Okay, hold on. I think my Google's broken. You know what? You guys can look this up on your own, all right? I think my Google's broken. I don't think this is right. I don't think this is right at all. This doesn't seem accurate, you guys. Oh my God. What? All right, no. Hold on. This is getting what? Oh my God. This is broken. This is broken. This is just forget it. Just forget it. Just forget this shit. We're going back to the files. Oh my God. Oh. Thank you so much, Carolina. You're so sweet. This is source of the Santa Vicky. Okay, 87. Thank you. I'll keep that in mind. I ordered just now. Jeez, stop it. Oh my, Michelle, stop it. You guys are bad. You guys are bad. Oh man. All right, let's continue. Tisha's like, listen, I don't know where you think I am, jail or something, but I need to appear amazingly hot. I'm going to wear my Lululemon leggings, and I don't have any room for leg brace when I go to trial. So you're going to have to figure some other shit out, all right? That's literally what she's saying. Typical Leticia logic. So this is where she gets a law library suspension notice. So I entered Leticia's cell with my midnight shift commander to speak with Leticia. This contact with Leticia was at the suggestion of the sheriff's office legal advisor. I was asked to personally notify Leticia that her refusal to attend the law library program would result in suspension of the privilege. Leticia was lying on her bed with the blanket over her. She sat upright on the mattress when we walked in and called her name. Tisha? Although she knows who I am and I identified myself to her, I was in civilian attire and was wearing a KN95 respirator mask. I told her I really wanted her to take advantage of the law library program she'd refused to attend recently. Leticia repeatedly said for me to take me off the library list and that she didn't need the law library. I told her the refusal to attend would result in suspension of her law library privileges for 90 days. Claus, oh my God. Thank you so much for becoming a member again. I can't believe you weren't. Welcome, Claus. Hold on, let me flush you down the drain pipes. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Thanks, Claus. Her refusing to attend those hours we'd specify for her was because the medication she wanted to take caused her drowsiness, and she said it would interfere with the early morning hours of her law library slots. I told Leticia our medical staff could adjust the administration of her meds to sync up with her law library times, so one wouldn't interfere with the other. Leticia began to argue about what the specific medications would do and asked if I expected her to sleep all day. I again told her it was in her best interest to participate in the law library program as a pro se inmate, and we could adjust the medication times to work with her law library times. She again said she didn't need the law library, thanked me for my help, and told me to take her off the law library list a third time. Lieutenant Wheeler and I left the cell and departed the ward. I believe we were in the ward about a minute. Within 10 minutes, I notified my supervisor and the legal advisor. Ooh, Leticia throws out legal mail. Claus, thank you so much. Claus just busted 5 people out and sent them through the drain. Thank you, and congratulations to our 5 new members. You are so kind and generous. Thank you, Claus. Plunge those memberships. So we have at approximately 1900 hours, I called Leticia over to the deputy workstation to give her legal mail. Is there illegal mail they give her? The procedure for distributing legal mail is to open the envelope in front of the inmate and check for any contraband. Yay, Robbie, congratulations. I stood at the left of the deputy workstation and completed that task in front of Leticia. I gave the papers to Leticia, who then threw all the papers and the envelope away in the trash can and walked away. I have nothing further at this time. Glowbug. Thank you, Glowbug. I love your photo too, by the way. Thank you, Glowbug. And congratulations to all the new members. You guys are so kind and generous. Yay! Get a plunger. I need my plunger emoji. Thank you. Yeah, exactly, Viogli. Thank you. Sending them through the pipes. You guys are so, so awesome. Thank you so, so much. We love you, Claus. We're a potty channel. I know, Shay, right? No, it's not exactly. Hi, Alina. And yes, it's no joke. Yep. Pro se is no joke. It's not just knowing law to draft pleadings. It's also legal knowledge of the procedure in front of the judge. It is 100% no joke. You are right. Glowbug. Well, thank you so much for not only gifting the memberships, but participating in chat. I love when people participate in chat who may not normally be here. I love just seeing the names and stuff. It's nice. So this narrative is, and we have that call that we never finished between Al and Leticia. We're going to listen to some of it. So we have segregation place between inmate Hopman. Hip, hippity, hip, hop, dope. Remember? Sorry. ADHD. Sorry. Just forget about it. Just forget about it. Segregation place between inmate Hopman and Leticia. Did you really, Alina? Yeah, Michelle. So at approximately 1950 hours, I approached inmate Hip Hop in her cell. I pulled inmate Hip Hop out of her cell to speak with her on the tier in private. I informed inmate Hip Hop that I had to speak with her regarding some things she spoke about with someone that was concerning. Inmate Hip Hop knew I was referring to when she spoke to mental health. Per the email that was forwarded to me, inmate Hip Hop spoke about her hatred for the baby killer, referring to Leticia. Inmate Hip Hop had requested a seg against Leticia. When I spoke to inmate Hip Hop, she said she is a part of a gang called the Chomo Killer Gang. Shit. Is that a real thing? Fuck. Which represents women and kids. Chomo is slang for child killers. Because of Leticia's case, she felt obligated that she would have to do something. If that's true, I'm all for it. I asked inmate Hip Hop what changed, because they have been in the same unlocked group for at least a few days that I was aware of. Inmate Hip Hop said she did not recognize Leticia in the beginning. I wonder why.
You were big. I'm serious. You look big.
I only weighed 140 something.
Well, you look humongous. But anyway, darling, I know it's time for us to go. I'll holler at you later. I love you.
I wonder what makes her unrecognizable. I can't put my finger on it. According to inmate Hip Hop, Leticia told her false information about her, Leticia, regarding car theft and vehicle crimes. What the Elmer Fudd does Tisha know about car crimes? When inmate Hip Hop realized who Leticia was, inmate Hip Hop was furious. I asked inmate Hip Hop if there would be any issues being in the same ward. Inmate Hip Hop said, as long as there is a seg between them, then there will never be out at the same time. So it will be impossible for inmate Hip Hop to act on anything. After my conversation with inmate Hippity Hop, I have decided to place segs between her and Leticia. I rehoused inmate Hippity Hop in Hop Hop, which is a different unlock quad. The seg roster was updated and the move was made in Beacon. Inmate classification was notified about the seg and in-ward move. I have nothing further at this time. Thank you, love baby animals. Best YouTube channel, best group of members, hands down. MJ, I absolutely love watching your videos. Can always count on a good laugh about Leticia. Thank you so much, love baby animals. That is the nicest thing, seriously, like that anyone could say. Thank you so much. And you guys are absolutely the best group of members a gal could ever ask for. I appreciate every single one of you so much. And thank you so much for the super chat. You are amazing. Sorry. It just got too mushy for a second, so I had to do it. Thank you. I love the community more. I feel so blessed. I feel very, 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 very freaking blessed, honestly. Ooh, ooh, ooh. The narrative. I love the narratives. I'll never get over the narrative that said, inmates talking to the boy in the toilet. Yes, such an amazing community. I love you guys so much. So it says 1A1, concerns about Leticia. Yay, Jade, congratulations, my fellow Jade. So it says at approximately 1550 hours, Leticia was admitted to none your business. She was housed in none your business as I was directed. Elena, thank you. Guys. Elena just sent 10 people all the way down our pipe system. That is so beyond kind of you and so generous. Thank you so much, Elena. And congratulations to our 10 members. I don't even know what to say, you guys. Thank you so much. That is really, 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 really incredible and so kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Oh, Elena. Wow. Congratulations. Hippity hop. I would love a sound. I'm my own soundboard though. If I got official soundboard noises, would you guys like it as much? You guys were like, yes. Please stop making your own sounds. Thank you, Elena. That was really, really generous. So thank you so much. You just got membership. So at approximately 1850 hours, just prior to serving the dinner meal, I was approached by inmate. Oh, what should this inmate's name be? Shay. Oh gosh, Shay. I will do your request at the end of this. At the end of this report. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'll do drop. Inmate drop. All right. Thank you, Shay. So just prior to serving the dinner meal, I was approached by inmate drop. And inmate drop was visibly upset, physically shaking, and almost crying. She made a statement to the effect of, how can a monster like that be in general population? Which I agree. Claus, thank you, Claus. You guys are unbelievable. Thank you, and congratulations to the 5 recipients of those memberships. Plunge those drains. They are getting clogged. Thank you. You're so beyond generous. Thank you. It is raining memberships. Thank you. I know, Elena, right? You guys are amazing. I recognized what was being said and the severity of the situation, even though inmate drop did not say any names. I immediately removed inmate drop from the ward and I placed her in the stop, drop, and roll. And I had her sit in a chair and I sat across from her. I explained that I knew who she was referring to. And I told her that I was going to do my best to address her concerns. And I asked her to follow my line of questions in order to provide clarity on the situation. Inmate drop started to protest and explain that she had been part of the community events searching for that little boy and the laying of the ribbons. I asked her to be patient and started my questions. She told me she did not know what else to do, and that is why she came directly to me. Well, that's heartbreaking, honestly. I can't even, joking around, read that because that's heartbreaking. I asked inmate drop about her charges and if she was guilty of all the charges against her. She said she wasn't. I explained this was part of due process. As she calmed down a little more, I continued. I asked if she had moved through the wards in the facility. She said she had. I asked if there was any reason to not provide equal treatment. She said no. This process continued until there was more understanding about why things happen the way they do. Before I returned her to the ward, I asked her if she understood. She said she did. I asked her if she was going to be okay and not cause any issues. She said okay and had no plans to cause any issues. I talked to inmate drop about the legal process and how everyone is given the benefit of being innocent until proven guilty. There was general discussion about the legal system and that we have to let the process work. When she was calm, I returned her to the ward. I notified Heather Stamper and inmate classifications of this incident. I notified Sergeant Bond of the incident. And you know what? I'm happy to see that the deputies are respecting due process. As much as I despise Leticia, this is prior to her trial. This is when she was in jail. And it's nice to see, even though it's just incident reports, I'd like to believe it's based on what happened and that they are respecting due process and taking it seriously, because there are a lot of people incarcerated who are innocent, not Leticia. And that's a terrifying thought. But it seemed like this inmate drop really was going based on emotions, and it upset her. But okay, so we have a request, and the request was I don't know if I could even scroll up. Yes, I can. We have a stop, drop, and roll. Juke. Is it a juke box? Is that spelled correctly? A juke box. 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 Okay. You can't get justice if they get the wrong one. Yep, exactly. Pink Chain, thank you for being a member for a month. I appreciate you. I don't know why that sounded weird, but okay. So this one is for you, Shay.
For the interviews, because I don't have any fancy clothes.
You go to my closet, you take whatever you need. You too, Brennan. You guys got to look sharp. It's the most important day of our lives, okay?
Okay, Dad.
What's your name? What's your age? Where you from? What's your sign? Who you love? What's your style? What you do? What you drive? Stop, drop, and roll. Do that. Do it like a pro. Do that. Stop, drop, and roll. Do that. Do it like a pro. Do that. Hit top, rollie, boy, we know you phony. Take her to the mall and buy her what she want it. Already smashed, so I'ma let the homie. RP my cash and RP a Kobe. If you're born in September, then you know you're my type. If I see you on Tinder, then I gotta swipe right. If you're born in October, then you're just like me. Here's a resume, can you fill this out, please? What's your name? What's your age? Where you from? What's your sign? Who you love? What's your style? What you do? What you drive? Stop, drop, and roll. Do that. Do it like a pro. Do that. Stop, drop, and roll. Do that. Do it like a pro. Do that. Boy, you know you phony.
And just because you guys are so freaking fabulous, I'm just gonna keep on and I'm gonna show you my favorite. So let's do it. So here is a hit single from our very own Dr. T. Tisha wanted big. She made it big. She made it. She made it to the big time, you guys. Dr. T. Oh my God. It's totally worth it, though. It's totally worth it. Oh, the Twilight meme? Yeah. You mean like the original ones I made during trial? If you weren't here back when I was covering the trial in real time, I made a daily meme. To kind of depict what was happening in trial. And so are you talking about when I made Leticia into Twilight? Okay. Hold on. So let me pull up the call and get that up, and then I'll grab the meme. 1 second. And hi, B Crumbs. I see you there. All right. Keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on dancing all through the night. Okay, here we are. So we were on the 19th pretext call, and we were still listening to it. But it's been a few episodes since we had watched it. So give me a second. Okay. Which again, these full calls are all available on Alex Erickson's channel. And the calls that are in between are available on the Ward case studies. But this specific one is available on Allie's. I think Allie is going to do that, Elena, and I'm really excited for her to do it. I think she's going to go through and recover the whole trial in real time and break it down, and I'm really excited for that because now that we've gone through the case files and stuff, I really want to see it. I really want to, I feel like with a different perspective and to have knowledge that we didn't have, just to be able to catch things, and put together the pieces. But okay, we had stopped this call. I'm going to start to play it, and I'm going to go find the meme. And then I'll pull it up. But where I don't remember exactly where we paused it, but as soon as I start playing it, I'm sure we'll remember it.
Like that. Do you think that I didn't think that was all a fleeting thing?
You can listen. You're welcome to think whatever you want. I mean, you said you've loved me numerous times over the past couple of days, and I've replied with the same thing.
Have you told me
yes.
Have you called me to say that to me? You called me. I woke up in the morning and said, "Be kind to me. I love you. I miss nothing." Have you said anything to me?
I have, but the problem is what you're telling me is finding Gannon is conditional on what you want and what you need. That is what you're saying. The truth is conditional on that.
It is not. Do you not think if I knew for a second how to get Gannon, you would not be at our house sitting there waiting on you like weeks ago?
Well, I don't know. I don't know the truth on that because I know what you've said, that an accident happened and that you panicked. And when you panic and bad things and things get out of control or whatever you said go downhill.
But I've already told you and you didn't accept the accident about jumping on the bed. You didn't accept it. I
accepted that there was an accident that happened. You're absolutely right. I accepted that an accident happened and you panicked.
You didn't accept. That's not what you see. That's not what you accepted. I told you the truth. You asked me about the bedroom, and I've already told you this.
But okay, let's accept. Okay, let's accept that accident happened, okay?
Okay, so this is again the call, like the end of the pretext calls where Al is just, he no longer has to put on the energy to really get all of the information from Leticia. They've already had numerous phone calls, hours long, and so he knows what's up at this point, and he no longer has the ability to play along, and so he's still entertaining it, but he's at his end, and he calls Leticia out a lot at this point. But here's a couple of the memes. There was the day in trial where the Google searches had come out for find a full face transplant near me. So we had the face off meme. They were funnier in real time, like I said, because every day of the trial, it was just craziness that was being uncovered. And so when things were being released, it was just like, are you kidding me? MK, thank you so much, MK. You're so sweet. Thank you. Got a double flush. Thank you and congratulations to our new members. Hey, Amber. Thank you. Thank you. Plunge that toilet. Did it sound like a plunge? Did it sound like there was suction? That's what I was going for. Sad part is, even though we all know from the beginning, poor Al and Landon knew, and as time went on, had to really accept the worst. Nothing could have possibly prepared. Exactly. And every scenario that Leticia was giving them, they had to accept, as horrific as it was, it still had to be better than the actual truth. I know, Jennifer, right? Then we have Leticia in her Twilight glory. Full Twilight glory. This is, if Leticia was a creator, she would go down for reused content. She wasn't even original enough to think of her own storyline. She completely jacked the Volturi. Even the names with Victoria and Justice. Hi, Borders Girl. So unoriginal. This is, again, the Volturi, but this is when she came out with the whole masked cape scenario and just, Then we have the good old Maria Sanchez. Yay! I love this one. This one just really resonates with me. You know what I mean? It just really resonates with me. This is her altar, Maria Sanchez. Doesn't it look like how she describes who she is? Don't mess with Maria. Don't mess with Maria, man. And then if you followed the trial really closely and you watched Dr. Dorothy Lewis on stand, will you understand this meme? But we have the good old, now you're sure you don't have any notes? And Dr. Dorothy Lewis says, I'm positive. And then Dr. Dorothy Lewis proceeds to take out her notes. And then the judge is like, are you fucking kidding me? And if anybody knows that day, because Dr. Dorothy Lewis had a bag that was basically Narnia, and she would dig into it and pull out anything and everything in that bag. She had a Mary Poppins bag. And before they let the jury in, they would specifically say, hey, before we let this jury in, you're not going to all of a sudden pull out a set of notes that you're telling us now that you don't have. And she's like, I swear I don't have any notes from that day. He's like, you're not going to go into your handy dandy bag all of a sudden and pull them out. And she's like, I promise. And they're like, all right, you can let the jury in. And he's like, all right, Miss Dorothy Lewis. And isn't it true that on January 12th, 2020, you don't have any notes for Miss Stauch? And then Dr. Dorothy Lewis would be like, well, actually, that's not true. And she would proceed to go into her bag. She'd stick like her whole arm into her bag. And she'd be like, right here, I have the notes. And they'd be like, objection, Your Honor. And they'd be like, send the jury back out. This is ridiculous. And then Dorothy, in her wheelchair, would be rolling over the electrical cords and shit. And then she kept showing up late. She kept showing up late. And she kept showing up late. And then the judge specifically was like, now, Dorothy, come tomorrow. We're going to be here at 9 a.m. on the dot, right? And she's like, oh, yes, Your Honor. Yes, sir. 9 a.m. I got you. I will be here. Then I remember the next day, and we're sitting there, and it's 10:30, and it's like, where the hell's Dorothy? The whole trial was halted because Dorothy was late. It was the craziest shit I've ever seen. I'm sorry, but it was such a crazy trial. And then they started rearranging the judge's stuff. And he's like, you don't come into my courtroom and move my stuff. Do I come into your home and move your futon? You don't move. And they're like, we're sorry, Your Honor. Her wheelchair's rolling over. The wires. Look, it was just a mess. And then her son is smoking. He's poking snot in the stairwells. Okay. And the judge is like, all right, before we proceed, I'm just letting you know, that we have cameras. And so for the asshole who's poking snot in the stairwells, we know who you are. We smell you. And stop doing it. And like the camera pans over to like the audience, and everybody's sitting up collectively in their suits and with their notes. And then you just see Dorothy's son like with his hair. With his hair all disheveled and his eyes all red, and he's looking to the left and to the right like it's not him. Like you can pick this motherfucker out. He's the only one. Everybody looks so perfect and aligned, and then he's just sitting there like Cheech and Chong, motherfucker. But, you know, he's trying to play it off, kind of like looking to the left and right, like, yeah, who's smoking snot in the hall? It was a shit show. It was a shit show. Oh my God. All right. So I gotta stop. Sorry. It was just crazy. It was crazy. Oh man. And then there was the whole, when Dorothy was going through her video recordings of Leticia. And yeah, that's what I was about to say, B Crumbs. I don't think I still have it anymore in my I don't still have it anymore. But it was like, oh, you know, like, who's recording this interaction between you and Leticia, Miss Dorothy Lewis? And she's like, oh, who's recording? I can't recall. I don't think anybody was. They're like, oh no, you don't recall anybody recording your interaction, your interview with Leticia? She's like, no. And they're like, So then who's this? And then like all of a sudden they point to the camera, and all of a sudden the camera, they do a freeze frame, and the freeze frame captures her son walking past mid-arm, like lifting up. And they're like, who's that? And she squints and she's like, oh, yeah, that might be a security guard. And they're like, he's wearing a Fast Times at Ridgemont High shirt, Dorothy Lewis. That is not a security guard. It was fucking nuts. It was nuts. I'm sorry. I'm wheezing so much, but it was straight up like out of, it was crazy. It was crazy. Oh my God. I can't. And that was their one, like they technically had two witnesses, but the first witness does not count. Okay. So that was their one hope. They put all their eggs in Dorothy's basket. Okay. And oh God, it was just so, it was so brutal. It was so brutal. It was It was so bad. Oh, you mean the cameraman? Well, who's the cameraman, Miss Dorothy Lewis? Oh, isn't it true that that's your spawn? You don't recognize your own flesh and blood? Like, it was so intense. It was so intense. Oh my God. But I hated Dorothy. I'm not kidding. I it's hard to hate like an older person, but I do not like Dorothy. I don't like Dorothy. If you can't tell, I don't like Dorothy. When Tellini helped her off the stand and she reeled away, and then her son left in his bright yellow shirt, and then her fucking phone is going off while she's on the stand, and it's like, God. Oh my God. Oh my God. It was like fucking.
Hello, Moto.
And she's like, oh shit, hold on, that's me. And she's reaching into her bag of Narnia. And she's pulling out yarn. She's pulling out a Sudoku book. She's pulling out the 8 fucking binders of notes she swore she didn't have a moment ago, to the point where her son just comes up and takes her phone. She's on the stand as the expert witness, and her phone is going off. It was crazy. It was crazy. Oh my God. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Nana Banana. That's me. My bad. That's my bad. The fruit of your loins, your own spawn, your flesh and blood. You don't recognize him? Oh my God. It was bad. She pulled out the original stone of the 10 Commandments. Oh, I put a full-on emoji too now. There's a loud emoji. I'm so sorry. It's bad. All right. I couldn't get over Dorothy Lewis though, for real. It was. But you know what? It accurately depicted how little Leticia had. Leticia had nothing. And Leticia thought all of these incident reports that we've gone through that shows her barking, her saying, "Oh, they're making me choose between my son and my stepson, the vampires stealing my organs." She thought all of those incidents where she's banging her head against the wall were going to be used in trial. We didn't hear any of them, not one. Well, Dorothy is making a documentary out of it. That's the sickest part.
For a moment, okay, but you keep putting somebody else into the picture, okay, and that is absolutely bad for you in the context of an accident or in context of anything. If somebody else comes into the picture and you keep going down that road, if I'm sitting here and poking holes in it, okay, which I don't want to do, but it just doesn't jive with me. What do you think law enforcement's going to do? Okay, because
I'm not worried about it. No, think about law enforcement is going to do, because Jose Baez is going to rip them to shreds. So I'm not worried about that.
But
listen, Jose Baez, you know who Jose Baez is? Jose Baez is going to come on and he's going to clear all this up, Al. All right? So I don't have to worry about any of this nonsense. Haven't you heard I've taken a fake polygraph test and I failed? And Nancy Grace is going to clear my name and verify this. Haven't you heard? Never the mind Jose Baez's tweets confirming that he has no association to this case. Never the mind that. You listen to me. Look at me. Look at me, Al. I'm the captain now.
I'm not worried about law enforcement because I didn't do anything wrong.
right, because it was an accident. We've established that. So why would Jose Baez have to rip anybody apart if you were involved in an accident?
That is, I never told you that anything was an accident other than what you asked me about the room. And I'm going to keep telling you that 14 times, and then you're going to get mad, yell at me, scream at me, hang up the phone, and tell me it's not a good enough answer.
But you did tell me there was an accident. You told me there was a fire, there was burns, there was a candle spill. You told me he accidentally stepped on a piece of wood.
You already knew all this.
Right, but those are the accidents that you said happened, that he got injured somehow from these accidents. That's what you said. I'm not putting words in your mouth.
You've already asked me about him, and I've already told you about this. He had a hard time.
So Al has already accepted, like Al knows what's going on. You've heard me say that before, but Al is trying to introduce and lesser the impact. Like, we're not going to get Leticia to be able to admit she full on hurt him. So let me introduce something that is less intense. Good night, Chase. Something like an accident, a freak accident. So she'll admit to that and then ease our way into, and which I think Al thought could have potentially happened too. Thank you, Blue Waffle. Hey, little Red Riding Hood. I think at this point, Al did consider an accident could have happened, and then she covered it up. I do think that Al considered that. I don't think Al really had any idea the extent of just how brutal and horrific the circumstances really were. No, she can't, Elena. But she's also convinced herself it's excused and it's justified.
Being basically a boy, barefooted.
Yeah, I know, and he freaked out. I got it. He freaked out after the accidents happened. There was a couple different accidents that happened. He freaked out, got overwhelmed. Then what happened?
Never had that many. He's never had that many accidents.
I agree. Okay, I agree. That's a lot in like 12 hours. That's a lot of accidents in 12 hours on one little kid.
That's not 12 hours.
Okay, whatever. I'm just using that as a random guess. Okay, I don't know the exact time frame.
Like I said, from me explaining explaining anything to you. If your people want more statements or whatever, they know. I mentioned to you who I have as my representation in a pre-investigation. Okay? I mentioned that to you. I'm not going to sit here and walk down 15 more trails again with you for you to hang up, yell at me, scream, and
But I'm your husband. I'm not the sheriff. I'm your husband, and it's my son that's missing. Yes, he does. A father does. A father does. Okay. And once again, I'm trying to do this because I'm feeling the guilt of not being there to help him through all these accidents. Okay. So I'm trying to do what I can outside of the law enforcement. Okay. Because you don't freaking trust them anyways. And they've screwed a lot of this up. So I'm sitting here trying.
Do you trust them?
Do I trust them? Not based on what I've seen. Yeah. So that's why I'm going straight to you, straight to the last person that saw him.
I'm not. If I would be the last person that saw him, then I would be the person that has him.
So who was then who was the last person that saw him?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
So you don't know who it was?
I don't know anything. I just told you. I don't know anything because I've been
because that makes logical sense. Again, it's not even, I know Liquid Soul, and I 100% agree. I don't say that often, like, but when I say from the bottom of my soul, I despise this woman. I despise this woman. Hi, Lucia. That I can't even openly admit what I want to happen to Leticia because it'll look bad on me. I'll look bad. Oh, I totally understand, Lucy. I do. I totally understand. She is draining. I know. She's evil. She is evil. She is. But you know what? People need to be aware. And I've said this many times. I see a lot of similarities in Leticia that I do in a lot of women. And I don't like to say that. And I do not say that lightly. I promise I don't. I promise I don't. And that does not mean that all of those women are capable of doing this. But what I want people to be aware of is when you see that type of lying and manipulation occurring, do not become desensitized to it. Do not allow that to become your norm. Because when that happens, what if it's the one circumstance where it's this? Al could have become so desensitized to it to where he wasn't thinking too much into it, where we can now look hindsight, and there are so many red flags, it's insane. But it's not like it happened overnight. He slowly became desensitized to it. It's a boy who cried wolf. And it got to the point where, listen, I don't think he genuinely believed his kids were in any actual danger. And when I say that, it's hard for me to say that because there were instances of abuse that were being vocalized. But I still don't think Al ever thought this would ever happen. I think he should have been smarter, but I don't think he ever thought this would happen. He knew there were issues. But again, he became desensitized to them. He was living with that for so long. Okay. If you've ever had somebody threaten something like self-harm, that's something big, right? That's something serious. That's something, wow, you do not joke around about that. But if you've ever had somebody, and some people may be familiar with one person in particular who may go and use that as a manipulation tactic, when that person then threatens that multiple times, you all of a sudden are not going to have that same reaction as you did the first time they threatened it, right? Because, oh, wait, not that you're not concerned, but you've now threatened that multiple times to where I've become desensitized to it. And I know you're using it as manipulation. And it's lessened its impact. And I don't want to use that as an example, but it's the only thing I could think of on the spot to use as an example. So with Al, the only thing I could think of is, yes, looking hindsight, these are major red flags and there was major manipulation going on. But over the course of time, he became very desensitized to it and it became normal to where us looking as outsiders in, it's like, whoa, how did you overlook that? But for him, it wasn't whoa anymore. It was the norm. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Right, Liquid Soul.
Emotionally beat down.
By who?
Being emotionally beat down.
By who?
Do what?
By who emotionally beat you down?
Right, Jaded?
Hello?
Albert, I understand that as a parent, you know that 100% of your mind is focused on someone that God gave you the ability to bring into this world. Okay? If anybody knows that, I understand that.
Well, but you're contradicting yourself because you told me.
Okay, there you go again.
No.
Forget it. I'm not even.
Okay.
I couldn't even finish.
Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nope, I don't have anything to say because as soon as I was finished, I couldn't even finish the second part of my sentence without you attacking me.
Okay.
But I also know that you should be, under no circumstances, be one with me because that's what God intended you to be. Be one. And what's life?
Using, again, religion for manipulation. When she doesn't have the answers and she's being caught up in lies, she will pause and she'll be like, Albert. And then going to the religion to distract and to cover up.
That's what you're supposed to be doing.
Girl.
And that doesn't include, I haven't even spoke to my husband in weeks, been there to comfort him, even there to comfort me in this situation. So, no, I know that God says we put him first, and then we put everything else in the order that they're supposed to be. So that has not happened, and I'm not going to apologize for that. When I've given you information, I've given you in the set of information the actual truth, and it's still not good enough. And don't say, well, tell me what that is, because I'm not doing it. You don't care. You're not going to be as a parent and accept, hey, sometimes our kids are going to make choices that we don't like. You're not going to accept that. So who am I going to be a parent to try to tell you to accept something? How? I mean, other than me trying to make up a story to keep someone else from looking bad, to protect a child, then I'm still the bad person. You should have.
Putting this on Gannon, you have to remember, because we started this call. This is one call, but we started this call in previous episodes. She already admitted to giving 15 false stories, but that's because I was angry. I was angry at you. So she gets very upset when Al even dares to mention the fact that she's given false stories. But it's not lies. It's not lies. She's never lied. And don't you dare question that it's the truth now. I've given false stories, but that's because you've forced me to giving you false stories because I don't know and I don't have the answers. Listen, the truth always remains constant. The truth is not a variable. The truth remains the same. You don't ever have to remember the truth because it never changes. It is what it is. And so she gets genuinely mad, but you see her introducing, you're getting mad because sometimes our kids do something that we don't like. And she's introducing Gannon being in control of this situation. Gannon made this choice. A little over 2 weeks before this call, Leticia chucked Gannon's decomposing body off of the overpass. But please, Leticia, tell us more about how Gannon made this choice to be where he is. Have a great night, MK, and yes, very, very Merry Christmas if I do not see you before then. Happiest holidays, and I hope you have an amazing, amazing Christmas.
Have my back no matter what. You should have my back to the point where we together were talking to these people and demanding a better answer, but you have not. And I don't know what you do every day. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know where you're at. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you may not even be here. I mean, it's online that you're in Texas.
That's funny that she says that. I don't even know where you are. You may not even be here, meaning Colorado. You want to know what's funny? She wasn't in Colorado. Where was she, ladies and gentlemen? Where was Tisha? Merry Christmas, Jesse. Where was Leticia? So she's always deflecting. In the toilet. She's always deflecting, and she's always giving her own lies away. It's kind of like when you're cheating and you start to accuse your partner, for cheating, right? Guilty conscience. For all I know, you're probably not even here. Well, that's because you're not there, Tisha. And it's already in your head. Rejection, yes.
Almost the latest head. And you are my teammate? And then you're going to throw it to me. I'm not wavering from any of it. I'm not. It's conditional that you that tell me exactly where standing is right now. I'm never going to love you or my family again. That's the condition that you basically put on me. When I don't know where he's at. You think I would have already brought him home? You have been there too long enough to know that in any situation, whether freak out or not, whatever it may be, that I have fought tooth and nail. Maybe not the best parent at being like, oh, are you okay? You got a cut or whatever. Maybe not the best in that aspect.
Can I tell you something terrifying, Jesse? Because I've thought about this and I have to circle back around to what I said 15 minutes ago. And maybe I should separate the killing part from the manipulative lying part. But if I'm talking about the manipulative lying part, like this part, all this part, I don't think it took much. And I have seen so many women lie so easily about being pregnant when they're not pregnant. More than I wish to admit. I hate that type of shit. Cheat, emotionally manipulate. Oh, I'm pregnant, don't leave me. Like, and not to focus on, women. I know men do their fair share, but I've seen girls be crazy. I've seen women not allow men to have relationships with their children in another marriage because they feel a petty way towards their ex-spouse, so they take it out on their children. I've seen this shit in real life. And so when I look at Tisha, and I tell you guys all the time, I see similarities. I ask myself, how do you know the difference? Because if you rewind just a little bit before Tisha killed Gannon, how are you ever supposed to know, oh, well, that's just Tisha, that's not them? No. I'm not saying every woman who has done that is a cold-blooded child murderer, but what I'm saying is, do not become desensitized to it. Do not allow that. Male, woman, do not allow that type of manipulation. You deserve better, and that will mess you up. And you will become so desensitized to it, like Al did, to where you will not see major red flags when they are waving right into your face. I hate that type of stuff, Brianna. Like, oh, well, like, I missed my period. I think it's very cruel a manipulation. And I've seen men do horrible things too, but I'm just speaking on like the things I've personally seen as a woman. And I don't like that. I do not like that type of stuff. Or, like they're being broken up with and it's, oh, but I think I'm pregnant. That is wrong. And And I know men get a lot of men get the shit for cheating, but in today's society, women are much more brutal than men. We have WAP. What does that stand for again? You don't need me to say it. So everything is backwards and just a mess, but I'm getting far off the point.
But as far as protection, that should have been, you should have been saying before you get away. Congress member telling them that, knowing anytime anybody messes with anyone in our family, who cares about them? Me. Who protects them? Me.
Really, Tisha? She said, if anybody messes with our family, who protects them? Me. Good night, Michelle. Leticia, the only person those children needed protection from was you at this time. Okay? Exactly, Lucy. Yep. B-girl, that's a great question. It's a great question. I do not think she wanted another kid. I do not. Angela, I do not blame you. You know what? And I have a daughter, and I fear for my daughter too. But to be honest, and I even want to say the other option, there's a lot of women who claim they've been abused or forced sexually when they haven't. And that is a horrific thing to ever make allegations if it's not true. And I've seen women do that too. And I even want to include it because it's such a sensitive topic. But this is what I mean by I see a lot of similarities in Tisha that I have witnessed with my own eyes women do. I've witnessed it. But as a mom of 3 sons, I do not blame you for being terrified because we live in a different age today. And women are praying mantises and they bite the men's head off. And there's no such thing, there's a few of us that have like the old school mentality and values, but for the most part, women, they're not women anymore. Sorry, it's just true. But with a good mom like you just educate them and do what they got to do to just protect themselves. But we see Leticia doing it, right? What does she go to? I was schmaped. I was abused. Because if I do that, I'm an automatic victim. Hey, Jay Serial, I was an automatic victim. You won't dare question me. Agreed, Little Red Riding Hood. I don't think she wanted to have, I think she did not like being a parent. Now, listen, when I say that, a lot of people don't understand. You can love your child and not be a good parent simultaneously. I think Leticia loved Harley the best she was capable of loving Harley. It was not the motherly type of love, and it was not the right parental love, you know? But as capable as Leticia was, like, I do believe she has love for Harley. But I don't think she enjoyed being a parent. So even helping Al get Gannon and Lena, if the circumstances were different and Landon at the time was in a more stable environment and things weren't as there wasn't so much pressure to maybe get the kids, I don't think Al wouldn't have felt pressured to get the kids, and therefore there would have even been like really a topic to, oh, well, we need to take the kids. But it was more for, let me get this over on Landon. It was more of an F you on Landon, which again, that petty manipulation. This is not about the kids. This is about fuck you to Landon. Let me get that final blow in. I took the man. I was your best friend. And now I'm going to take your kids too. It wasn't about providing the best possible place for the children. She did not look at Gannon and Lena as bonus kids. Everything was fine and dandy in the beginning when her and Al still had a functioning marriage. Towards the end, her and Al were no longer in an actual marriage. They just coexisted. And I do think Al utilized her as a babysitter. I do. I don't think it was right. But Leticia could have just got up and left. That does not justify what she did at all. You could have just got up and left. I think she only went to the baby and the pregnancy because that's the trap. That's the trap. When in doubt, and when you're desperate, and when your man's about to leave, what do a lot of very immature women do? I'm pregnant. I think having a baby was the last thing she wanted. I think that any times that she claimed to be pregnant and had a miscarriage in the past most likely occurred during a significant time where their marriage probably was rocky. And then the miscarriage comes at a time where, all right, time to get rid of, I can't continue on as if I'm pregnant. And it's disgusting.
If I could give you Vienna's Stauch, I would.
All right, can I talk now?
I would.
Huh?
Sure, thank you.
All right, so I'm gonna. I know you don't want to hear this, but I'm gonna walk you back through where I'm at, and then I'm gonna let you know how I feel. Okay. All right. I fully believe that something happened. It was an accident, and that you panicked. Okay. And that you keep putting somebody else into it, and as long as you do that, it just doesn't look good for you. And I'm trying to be by your side when I say that. Okay.
Elena, you are so beyond generous, Elena. Thank you so much. And congratulations to our new members. Thank you, Elena. You are seriously beyond generous. Thank you so, so much. Congratulations to each and every person. And if you aren't already opted in, make sure you're opted in to receive a membership if you can't afford one, or you just need to be opted in. I don't know. But thank you so much. Yeah, I don't like the term walk you back either, but I don't know. Yay, Malibu Surfer. Congratulations. I have a beyond amazing community, Shaq. They just are so beyond generous.
And I've said this over and over again that
we love
you can get through this, and if you give me the truth, okay, I'll stand by you. Okay, but here's where I'm at. Here's my feelings on it. Okay, and you just need to hear me out, please. Okay, all right. I know that you did something. I know that you're responsible. Okay, and I hope there was a good reason for it. But the problem is it's clear to me that I can't get him back through you. Okay, I had serious hope that we could stand by each other through this. But you know what? I'm past that point now. After all these lies, and you just admitted that you lied to me for a reason to prove a point, I don't have hope for us. And you know what I'm worried to death about? That I'm gonna have to testify eventually about this, and I don't know what I should say.
Merry Christmas.
I have no clue what to say about this because now I'm.
If I don't see you tomorrow or before Christmas, I hope you have the most amazing holidays. Thank you again so much for everything. I'm finally green. Flush that toilet. Okay, hold on. Congratulations, Blue Eyes Hypnotize, and thank you, Elena. That is so nice. Welcome to the channel memberships. We're so happy to have you. Not at all, Angela. Not at all.
Put in the position of the truth or my wife. And I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say when I get called up there to testify eventually.
Did you just start your conversation with you believe that I did something?
I absolutely said that. And I want you to know what you think I should say when I get to have to testify, because I'm gonna get called up there.
Claus. Thank you, Claus. Liquid Soul, did you get it? Are you opted in? Thank you, Claus. You guys are seriously beyond amazing. I don't even know what to say. Thank you so much. I hope you got it, Liquid Soul. Make sure you're opted in, though. Yay. Thank you. Congratulations to our memberships. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. So again, she does not ever acknowledge what he's actually saying. She always just pushes, yay, Porter's girl. Congratulations. She always just focuses on the completely irrelevant information, so she doesn't have to address the important information. Did you really just start out that by saying I did? Yes, you did. Are you opted in, Liquid Soul? Make sure you're opted in, or else it's not going to go to you. Yeah, Blue Eyes. And he's really trying to express to her, like, I'm going to be called to the stand. What am I going to say? Like, you're my wife. What do you want me to say? And I can't imagine how frustrating that is. Like, breaking down and just trying, like, the woman that you made vows to, please, like, the woman you shared your bed with, the woman you made love with, the woman that you chose to raise your kids with, please. Just give me the truth. And nothing. You are a member, Southern Rain. You're green, number 1, and you'll always receive an email letting you know that you received a gifted membership, and it says it in the chat, but you are green, and you have the little emoji next to your name now. Well, if you're opted in, if you can't afford Liquid Soul, that's what I'm saying. If you're opted in, there's a chance that you could receive a free membership when our generous members do gift them. That's why I'm suggesting. It picks based on whoever is active in the chat most. but we have so many generous people here, as you can see, that gift a lot. So as long as you're opted in, you have a very good likelihood that you will receive a gifted membership. All you have to do is just be opted in, though. I'm not trying to get you to pay to do it. That's what I'm saying. If you can't afford it, Liquid Soul, to opt in, if you have an Android or a PC, you could follow this, or whenever, like if you click up top where it says five gifts where Carol Claus, there should be like a little gift box that says you could opt in. But if you're on an Android or a PC, you could follow these direction right. Yep, then perfect. Liquid Soul, follow this direction right here, Nightbot. It'll tell you. And then once you're opted in, whenever anybody gifts, you could receive the chance at getting one.
For what?
To testify in this situation.
What charges is it? For what?
I don't know. I'm hoping it doesn't come down to murder, but I haven't seen my son in 3 weeks and nobody can find him. Okay.
Murder.
Or maybe it was an accident and somebody just panicked. But I don't have it. I'm farther from the truth than I was when I started talking to you after 2 weeks. You were the last one to see him. And I just don't know what I'm going to say when I have to sit on that stand and freaking cry in front of the world about my son. I don't know what the hell I'm going to say. Other than that, you freaking lied over and over and over and over and then never told me any element of the truth. So what should I say? I mean.
So she's trying to get, you have a channel, Becky? I didn't know you have a channel. Yeah, unless you have a brand account. I have a brand account, so I can't receive gifted memberships. So unless you have a brand account, but most people don't have brand accounts. But I know, Kathy, but she's more murder. Yes. Well, 2 weeks before this, you ditched Gannon's body off a bridge, drove his decomposing body across the country. You have to remember she has a guilty conscience. I feel like everybody can relate with a guilty conscience, okay? And it does not have to be something big. It could be something very tiny, whether you told a lie or, you took something for your sister, whatever it may be. And when you have a guilty conscience, you do overcompensate. And Leticia is trying to gauge what Al knows. And she doesn't realize she gives herself away so many times. I gotta check it out, Little Lord Riding Hood. I didn't know.
Hello?
Hello?
I guess I lost you.
All right. I wanted, you said, so you're saying, so basically now you're saying someone's been murdered is what you're saying.
No, I said that could be the worst case. I don't know for sure because there's no body, there's no evidence, there's no nothing. I mean, what else do you want me to think in this case? Okay, you're the last one to see him. You're the last one to heard him talk. You're the last one anything of Gannon on this earth, to my knowledge. Okay, no one else. I mean, what else what do you want me to say, teacher? What do you want me to think? And I'm as freaking serious and freaked out as I've been this whole time. All these freaking injuries in that short time period, accident or not, you had something to do with it. Okay. I mean, how else? All that put together, how else am I supposed to look at it? Just like you're always putting me on the stand and questioning me for stuff you think I do that adds up. Okay, that's what I'm doing here. There's no other way for me to look at this other than you're involved to some level, if not ultimately responsible. So you tell me what I'm supposed to say and what I'm supposed to think. You can say no all you want to, but all you've done is lie to me and make up fake people that are in Mexico right now. Tell me the truth, Tisha.
Okay.
Tell me what I'm supposed to say. Tell me how to stand by you.
You've already said it. You've already said what you think is in your mind and what people have put in your mind.
Yeah, it's not about what I think, though. Okay, I'm asking you how I can stand by you, what the truth is, so I can stand by you through this.
I'm just glad you sit there and accusing yourself, because my own husband had just said I murdered someone. Listen to what you said.
That's not what I said. Okay, you said that, not me. I said you're responsible. You're responsible to some degree. That's what I said.
He's worried about.
She is so offended. So offended. I know, right, Blue? And she's trying to get information like, well, how much do you know? You know, like, what's making you say I did murder? She's trying to get information because she is. Yeah, Kristen, she always has a story ready. Always. Not even the FBI could keep it together like Al has. Not even Xanax. I wouldn't have pretended I believed her. And that's why I say I gotta give it to him. I gotta give it to him because these calls really were so important in trial. And it wasn't until really after they had found Gannon's body. I don't care, Pinche. I'm excited. No, she can't popcorn popper. She can't even say Gannon's name. It's a distancing technique. It's kind of like NK in the Watts. She can't say Shanann's name. You know, she wouldn't say Shanann's name. It's a distancing technique. But if Al didn't get these, there was a lot that at the time you're not realizing, but Leticia gave away driving on certain roads where Gannon's body ultimately was found, being at certain locations, you know, like the wood board, you know, like certain injuries that were so important and it was so detrimental to the case. And I give him a lot of credit because this had to be, it was torture. It was torture. Hey, Rebellious Rose.
You testifying is what you said.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you said testifying for someone is what you said.
Because I got to get up there. I got to get up. I'm going to have to get up there on the stand and look you in the eye and tell them that you lied to me and told me 15 stories. And that when they ask me what I think, I'm going to tell them I think you're responsible. But I want to know what you think I should say. That's where I'm at right now. I told you that.
Thank you, Rebellious Rose, for the gifted membership. Congratulations to whoever received it. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. Aren't they so satisfying, those driveway power watching videos? They're so satisfying. Her Google searches, right, Malibu? Thank you, Claus. You're so kind. Congratulations. I really wish you could figure it out, Liquid Soul. I want you to figure it out. Oh, thank you, Rebellious. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. I love you. I'm glad that's the feedback because that's how I want you guys to feel. So that makes me so happy. I need immunity, right?
If that's what you feel in your heart, then go with it. That's all I can do.
No, that's not. I'm asking you to convince me. Tell me otherwise, Tisha. No. Convince me otherwise. No. I'm begging you. I'm on my knees begging you to prove me wrong again. Okay? Prove me wrong. Tell me right now. Prove me wrong. Give me what I need. Give me the facts of the matter that prove that you had nothing to do with this, or that was an accident and you freaked out, or something. I'm here theorizing all these different stories.
Do you are you delusional that there's an accident and I freak out and then you still think I just murdered someone over an accident?
Okay. I'm so happy. Congratulations, Yellow Lemons. I'm so happy that you got it. I'm a 37-year-old boomer. Oh no. I'll drop it again so you can follow the directions. I'm not sure if it's different on an iPad. I'm not sure. I wish I could tell you, but I'm not entirely sure. Please go like the one of my husband dancing degrees. I definitely will, PJ. Okay, Little Red, I'm excited. So what was I about to say? Oh, she's like, are you delusional? So, well, oh, hold on then. Is that better? You don't have to like it, but it's Tisha. So, just saying. She's asking if he is delusional. Okay. Meanwhile, she is barking. She is claiming vampires are coming in and removing her organs. She is claiming she can't go to the law library because the Mexican mafia is trying to recruit her. I just want to make sure I have this correct. While she is saying, are you delusional, Al? Okay. That makes sense.
Really?
No, that's not what I said. If it was an accident, that explains it. If you killed him, that explains it. I mean, it's pretty simple. Okay, it was an accident. Okay, an accident.
I'm not saying nothing was an accident. I'm asking you a daggone question. Not like yelling at me. I said if you just said that you would speculate basically on the statement, is what you told me.
No.
That you're gonna no, you said if they ask me what I think, that's speculation. Okay? So you're telling me that you're gonna speculate what you think happened. And you just told me there's no this, there's no evidence, there's no other.
No, all right, you're right. Back off of that. What I will tell them is this. I would tell them this, that my wife had the opportunity to tell me the truth, but she chose to lie to me repeatedly, make up fake people, Uncle Matt, Eduardo, freaking Quincy Jones or whatever his name was in Mexico, okay? She told me all these stories to get me going in 17 different directions, and that I still don't know the truth, and that I know for a fact she was the last one to see him in our home.
And that's what he did.
Well, I'm going to let you just be like, I'm going to let you just have that opinion because that's.
No, stop. No, that's not an opinion, okay? I stated all the facts. I dropped the mic and I'm out, okay? That's what that is. I got nothing else to say about it other than you lied to me, and you're the last one to hear my little boy cry, and little boy, I'm bleeding, and to see him live and well.
Oh my God, they edited that video. You're an idiot. The hackers edited that, made that video like that. Oh.
It was the hackers, Al. The hackers edited that video. I know I uploaded this video from my own account, but it was the hackers. And remember when Grusing confronted her and said, Leticia, we reviewed all of the footage. Oh, congratulations, Kellyanne. Oh, you're so sweet. Congratulations. Grusing's like, Leticia, we reviewed all of the footage. And there is nobody aside from you and Gannon who goes in and out of that house. Thank you, Claus. Are you just trying to get me to flush it again? You're just trying to get me to flush it again to piss him off. Thank you, Claus. Congratulations to the recipient. So he's like, we reviewed that footage and there's no one aside from you or Gannon who entered that home. And Leticia turned around and said, the hackers have the ability to manipulate that footage. You're the FBI. I expect you, she does reverse psychology. She says, you're the FBI. I expect you to be smarter than that. You don't have the ability to bypass that type of stuff. So the hackers had the ability to tap in to like the Ring camera feed and all of that. And they were able to just literally remove a person on the footage. Yep. No one. And then also when she claimed that she met up for like the threesome and Gannon left for the play date, she claimed she dropped Gannon off with her friend and he got into a car. They checked the exact spot Leticia claimed she dropped him off at. And they said, Leticia, we checked that parking lot and multiple cameras. There was no car. You were never there. And she's like, oh, well, can I see it? Can I see it? Because I want to make sure maybe there was like a part on the camera. I have to see it because I have to see which way. So what she was really asking is, let me see what footage you have so I can specifically point off camera and say, oh yeah, we happen to be parked there. Always. Aw, Lace Lemons. I'm so happy. All right, we'll watch a little bit more of it.
Oh my God.
Okay, then tell me something that's truth. You didn't deny it.
Really?
You didn't deny. Okay, fine. I'm sorry.
Sorry, but listen to her 3 reallys, okay? She goes, really? Really? Listen, okay? She's in the background of Al.
Like that. Oh my God.
Okay, then tell me something that's truth. You didn't deny it.
Really?
You didn't deny. That's truth. You didn't deny it.
Really?
You didn't deny. Hey, then tell me something that's truth. You didn't deny it.
Really?
You didn't deny. Okay.
That's how you know when a liar is caught. Did you hear the 3 reallys? Really? 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 She is. I know, Kimberly. I know. We share. It's a mutual feeling. Trust me. I know she can't breathe different pitches. That is, you are being confronted. And it doesn't feel good. See, Al let her dig. Michelle, really? Al let her dig. Phone call 1, phone call 2, phone call 3, phone call 4, phone call 5, hour 1, hour 2, hour 3, hour 4, hour 5, hour 6. Story 1, story 2, story 3, story 4, story 5, story, and so on and so on. And she dug a hole and dug and dug and dug and dug and dug and dug deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper until he finally got to this point where he's like, enough. Enough. Where's my son? Because if you think I've been buying these stories, you're wrong. If you think I'm not going to end up on the stand testifying against you, you're wrong. If you think I, for 1 second, believe any of the scenarios you have told me, you are wrong. If you think for 1 moment we are ever getting back together and we are going to be a family without my son, you are wrong. And this is the moment he takes all of that dirt that she has been shoveling out while digging that hole, and he fucking kicks her into the hole, and he starts to bury that dirt on top. Really?
You didn't deny it. You didn't deny. Okay, fine. I'm sorry I said that. Okay, maybe it is edited, but you didn't flip out when I said you're the last one to see him alive. Okay, you flipped out when I said he said that he was bleeding. So explain that to me, Tisha.
As far as I know, Jim is alive. I'm not going to say any differently because I'm not going to be a parent.
Okay, you still didn't answer the question.
What is wrong?
Now you're telling me your opinion. You told me not to give opinion. Now you're giving me opinion. Okay, I said you're the last one to see him alive and or in the house. Okay, because you are. So now fill in the blank. No, that's not what I think. That's the truth, and you haven't denied that one time.
If you think that, I'm not going to say anything because why would I say anything?
Well, you freaking jump on me when I say he's on the video. He said he was bleeding. You said they edited that, so which you can't have it.
Kaleido, she is. I love when I get the questions because yes, she is. There was never a time where she's actually ever said she's gotten off the Indian guy's phone. So technically, she is still on the Indian guy's phone. So thank you for remembering. Oh, that's so funny. And hello, Kaleido Hope. I love your entrance. Oh, that's so funny.
Both ways. Are you going to deny it or are you not going to deny it? Because you're denying stuff you think is not true.
I've already denied to you what you just said.
That you're the last one to see him?
That I am not the last one to see him.
Then who is?
I've already told you this.
Oh yeah, you told me Quincy Brown. We proved him false. Okay, that was easy. All I had to do was call a reporter. Okay, I didn't have to have any evidence. I just called a reporter, and she said, "Yep, he ain't been around for a while. He's been gone a minute."
Okay.
Okay, so who was it?
You've already said that it was no one else, so why does it matter?
But you just said it was, so I'm asking who it was.
I am not listening.
See, here you go again. You can't spin me, Tisha. You can spin Facebook. You can.
I don't have an answer, so I'm just going to say you're not going to be satisfied with any answer, so why am I going to give you? Oh, my God. She is so obvious. It is so obvious. It is so bad. It is so bad. Al is done. Yes, Al is done.
You can spin the media, but you can't spin me. All right. If you want.
Facebook has been hacked so many times. I ain't been on there.
Yeah, I mean, fine.
Oh,
but you can't spin me. I'm telling you.
Has been hacked, and the lie detector has determined that was a lie. Facebook has been hacked so many times. Really? Do you know how secure Facebook is?
You should know that by now.
Good. I'm not trying to spin you.
What about, hey, you know what? What about the blood in the corner? Okay. What about that? That came from Gannon knocking his nose. That corner? Yeah, the corner of his bedroom where you push the beds together. What about the blood?
Oh God, you're grasping
I'm not. I saw blood. Okay, that's not grasping. I saw it.
You're grasping. Oh, hold on a minute. Tell me again. You saw it.
Saw what?
Tell me what you saw.
Oh, you recording me now? Go ahead, just tell me. I'll say it.
I want to hear you say this.
I saw it. Blood in the corner of his room. Record me. I don't give a fuck, Tisha. That's my son's. Okay. That's my son's blood, and I saw it.
Okay, you've proven A, that you saw it. B, you've proven it's Gannon's blood.
So how to get there, Tisha? You prove that.
I'm asking you the question. You just said you're going on facts, so I'm trying to get this straight. You're going on facts.
Yep.
A, you're telling me you were able to walk in and they showed you this, and what you said was a crime scene. You were. So is that a fact? I
saw it. You tell me whose blood it was. You were there.
Okay. All right. So there we go.
You were there.
2.
You were part of the crime. So you tell me.
No.
Oh, snap. I like that. You were part of the crime. You tell me. Well, and it, it focuses very much on, everyone, whenever you have this photo up, it focuses very much on her mustache, I must ask you a question. I know, right? Have you ever wondered what Quincy Brown thinks about her now? He probably is like, this crazy bitch. I know. Why can't we use the word he called her in court? It's very funny. I know. My face got high so I could believe. Well, yeah, no, like, listen, it's not possible that Facebook can't get hacked. It's absolutely possible. But she claims everything gets hacked. And we went through the case files, and there was a time specifically where she claimed, what was it? She claimed that her Facebook was hacked, and there were postings about Donald Trump, and that Gannon was in Mexico, and it was like the phone service provider, and they proved no, this wasn't a legitimate hack. And how would the phone service provider even have information about Gannon's whereabouts? That doesn't even make any sense. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Poor Tisha. Imagine what that sash looks like in prison. Let's take a look. Hold on. Can we see it? No, you can't really see it. Too much motion. Yep. Or find an immigrant who wants to go to jail for no reason. Yep. But look at that eyebrow. Look at that eyebrow. But all right, guys, we'll stop there and we'll finish this tomorrow. I'll save it because there's like less than 15 minutes left. I think there's 12 minutes left. So I'll stop it and I'll wait. And we'll finish it for tomorrow for episode 21. But you guys are absolutely beyond amazing. I can't appreciate, wait, hold on. I can't express my appreciation for just how generous and kind you guys are. And I just really want you guys to know that you guys are beyond amazing. And I really appreciate it more than you know. And I have built just the most amazing community, it really is. And I'm just really proud of it. And like, that's all you guys, like, honestly, like that's all you guys, but it just feels really good. And I look at you guys and I feel like really honored. And so thank you for that, because it took a long time to be able to get here, honestly. And for the first time ever, I look at I'm like, wow, I'm really fucking proud of this group of people. And so thank you for that. And I'm really appreciative of that going into this new year, and especially for all the new subscribers that came with Tisha. I talk about it to my friends all the time. I say, wow, this is a really awesome like group of people. You guys are so nice. The comments that you leave, you guys are so supportive. And I just want you to know that you mean a lot to me. And coming on, I enjoy it just as much as the people who may leave the comments saying, oh, I look forward to the lives and I enjoy it, and I really appreciate it. I do too. And so I just want you guys to know that. And it means the world to me. So thank you for that. And I look forward to coming on. I will schedule episode 21 as soon as I'm off. So I'll probably be on about like 7 Eastern tomorrow. So I hope to see you all there. Thank you, Claus. Claus just wants me to freaking flush it again to piss Tyler off. Hold on. Thank you, Claus. You're so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God, right? Do a comb over. And so thank you for that. But I love you all. I will see you tomorrow. If you could hit the thumbs up on your way out, I would appreciate it. Keep on Tisha style, and I will talk to you all soon. So have a great night.